Okay students, today in this video we will learn how to use multiplexers and what are the applications of multiplexers and how to design different types of multiplexers and how to realize the Boolean functions using multiplexers. So this is what we will learn in multiplexers in this video session. So multiplexers are a very important component which we learn in our entire engineering subjects. You use multiplexers in your later semesters also. Communication systems need multiplexers to select the data. So multiplexers basically works as a data selector. Okay. Multiplexers is also used in channel selection in communication systems. Anyway, this is a basic discussion what we do on multiplexers today. So multiplexers are also called as data selectors, which I told you. So this selects the data based on the selection inputs. Okay. So multiplexer selects the data based on the selection inputs. Normally multiplexers is a digital switch which allows information from several sources to be routed onto a single output line. So normally when I say multiplexers will always have several inputs where multiplexers will have only one output. It will have only one output. So multiplexers will always have several inputs whereas only one output. Okay, so what does this multiplexer will do is it is a digital switch which will allow the information from several sources, several inputs, that is what several sources, to be routed onto a single output line, onto a single output line. Okay, so basically standard multiplexers will always have two power input lines whereas only one output line. Okay, you will have 2 power n inputs whereas only one output. This is a standard multiplexers which we get. Okay, we always have 2 power n inputs whereas one output. But the very important component of multiplexer is the selection inputs. This selection inputs is which is very important. Okay, so I'll tell you what is the benefit of having the selection inputs in the multiplexer. So before that, this is the block diagram of the multiplexer. What you can see, where this multiplexer will have 2 power n inputs, where d naught to d of 2 power n minus 1 is what the inputs what we have. So we have taken from 0, therefore it ends at 2 power n minus 1 because of 0. If I take from 1, I'll always go with 2 power n. Okay, therefore input starts from d naught, ends at 2 power 2 n minus 1, d 2 power n minus 1. So therefore totally we will have 2 power n inputs, whereas one output we will have one single output. Now you will have n number of selection inputs. We will have, so I'll just write here n selection inputs. So you will have n number of selection inputs, 2 power n inputs and only one outputs. This is the standard multiplexer details. You will have n selection inputs, 2 power n inputs whereas 1 outputs. Okay, so this switch what you can see, this is how it says it is a data selector. Now the movement of the switch knob depends on the selection inputs. Okay, now think we have an 8:1 multiplexer for example. So 8:1 multiplexer if I have. So 8 is what? It is 2 power 3:1. So this is nothing but 2 power n is to 1. If you compare, n will be equal to 3. Therefore, I will have 3 selection inputs. 3 selection inputs. Whereas 2 power n, which is 2 power 3, which is equal to 8 input lines and only one output line. So therefore, if I write the structure, I will have a multiplexer diagram like this. So we'll think this is an 8:1 multiplexer which has 8 input line, 8 input line, 3 selection lines, and only 1 output line. So this is output. This is S0, S1. S is represented to say it is selection inputs. Whereas D0, D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6, D7, D for data. Therefore, D0 to D7 are the 8 inputs. Okay. So now as we have 3-bit selector input here, so as we have 3-bit selection inputs, so therefore I will go with 0, 0, 0 is the first selection input. So I'll just write here. So let me say 0, 0, 0 is the first one. So 3-bit will always have 8 conditions. So this is the first condition: 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. So from 0 to 7, you will have 8 different combination of selection inputs, and based on this each combination, output Y will be the input. Now output Y will be D0. So the D0 will be selected as an output when selection inputs are 0, 0, 0. Similarly, D1 will be the output, which is an input. D1 will be the output when selection inputs are 0, 0, 1. Similarly, input D2 will be the output when the selection inputs are 0, 1, 0. So then D3 for 0, 1, 1, D4 for 1, 0, 0, D5 for 1, 0, 1, D6 for 1, 1, 0, and D7 for 1, 1, 1. Now this is how the selection input benefit here in multiplexer. So this is very important. Selection inputs are very important to select the input, and that input will be the output. Okay. So this is just an example of 8:1 which I told you. Now we'll see 1 by 1, 2:1, 4:1, and then we'll keep again our step into 8:1. Okay. Coming to 2:1 multiplexer. Now 2:1 multiplexer will have how many inputs here? 2:1 will be having 2 inputs and 1 output. So 2:1 multiplexer will always have 2 inputs. So this is 2 inputs and 1 output. Now what will I write 2 as? 2 power 1 is equal to 2. Therefore n equals 1. So when n equals 1 means we will have only one selection input for this. So that is what S you can see. Only one selection input. So we will have one selection input, and output will be based on the selection input value. Okay. So 2 inputs is D0 and D1, what you can see in this particular diagram, symbolic diagram of 2:1 multiplexer, where we have 2 inputs. We normally will have an enable input for each device, which we have discussed even in encoders and decoders. So this enable input will enable the input and output lines. Okay. Only when enable input is active, then only the input will be selected as an output. If enable pin is deactivated or disabled, then your multiplexer will never select any inputs. The output remains as 0. If the enable input is deactivated, the output will always be 0 irrespective value of data inputs that you give. So enable input should always be enabled. Then only the output will be the input which is selected through the selection inputs. Okay. So 2:1. So 2 input lines, only one selection. So only one selection means either selection input will be 0 or 1. That is what I have written here. See, either selection input is 0 or selection input is 1. Now the enable input is active high. So I have active high enable input. So I have active high enable input. So if you see here, I have written that. So active high enable input. Okay. So it means that only when enable input is 1, then this 2:1 multiplexer device will be enabled. Inputs will be selected and output will be based on the selection input. Output will be equal to the input whichever it is getting selected. Okay, so enable input should be 1 for that. So therefore for both the selection conditions 0 and 1, enable should remain as 1 1, where for 0 when selection input is 0, D0 is selected and that will be the output, whereas when selection input is 1, D1 will be selected and that will be the output. Okay, so D0 and D1. When enable input is 0, irrespective value of the selection input, either 0 or 1, output remains 0. Output remains 0 because of 0 to the enable input. That means enable input is disabled. Therefore, irrespective value of the selection input, output remains 0. It will not select any input lines. So if I write this particular table into a logic diagram, see, for 0 means E into 1 is E, S bar, 0 means S bar and D0. Similarly, E is 1, S is 1, so E into S and D1, so D1. So therefore I can say ES bar D0, ES bar D0 plus ES D1 plus ES D1. So that is what the diagram you can see, D0, D1. So E is coming out and given to each AND gate, and S bar is given to this AND gate 1 and S is given to AND gate 2. That gives me ES bar D0. This is ES bar D0 and this is ES D1. And through OR gate if you give, they both get summed up. Okay. Now whatever I told you, the explanation of the truth table till now, that is what the statement which I have written here. So when E equals 0, when E equals 0 means the IC is disabled, irrespective of any input condition, output remains 0. Inputs will be accepted only when E equals 1. Okay, so I will use only when E equals 1. So therefore we will now assume E equals 1 now. For E equals 0, output is 0, irrespective value of selection input. Now when S equals 0 and E equals 1, D0 will be the output. Means D0 is the input which gets selected based on S equals 0 and that would be the output. Similarly, when S equals 1 and E equals 1, S equals 1 and E equals 1, D1 will be the input selected and that would be the output. Okay, hence Y equals D1. So this is the explanation on 2:1 multiplexer. Now coming to 4:1 multiplexer. So 4:1 multiplexer. So 4:1 means 2 to the power of 2:1. So when I say 2 to the power of 2:1, n equals 2, it means you have 2 selection inputs. 2 selection inputs. Therefore you can see 4 input lines and 1 output line. So therefore even now we will have an enable input. If enable input is 0, this is active high enable input. If this is 0, irrespective value of the selection input, output remains 0. That is what you can see at the last entry. If E is 0, both are don't care. It means let S1 S0 be any value, either 0 or 1. Y will remain as 0 because you have disabled the enable input. Now if E equals 1, only when E equals 1, the inputs will be selected based on the selection inputs and that input will be the output. Okay, now when E equals 1, S1 and S0 equals 0 0, D0 will be selected and that will be the output. So for 0 0, D0 will be selected and that will be the output. So that is what I have written here. When S1 is 0, S0 is 0, E equals 1, selection input selects D0 as an input as output. Okay, so D0 input is selected as output. Similarly, when selection input is 0 1, E should remain as 1 for all these conditions, otherwise it gets disabled. Therefore 0 1 means D1 will be selected and that will be the output. 1 0, if selection inputs are 1 0, then D2 is selected and that would be the output. And for finally 1 1, D3 will be selected, which is D3 input will be selected and that will be the output. So this is how 4:1 multiplexer truth table is. Okay, so therefore when I am working on 4:1, so when both are 1, D3 will be selected and that would be the output. Okay, so now we'll see how to write the diagram, logic diagram for that. This is the symbolic representation: 4 inputs, 1 output and 2 selection inputs and 1 enable input. So for that, for writing the logic diagram, we need to know the expression. So E is 1, so E 0 0 S1 bar S0 bar D0 is the first expression. Then we have E S1 bar S0 D1. Then E S1 S0 bar D2. See, 1 says it is normal and 0 says bar. So E S1 S0 bar D2. Then we have E S1 S0 D3. Summing up all these 4 will give me this expression. So once I get this expression, it's very simple now. The output of this will be E S1 bar S0 bar D0. This will be E S1 bar S0 D1. This will be E S1 S0 bar D2, and this will be E S1 S0 D3. Okay, so adding up all this means giving through an OR gate. That will give me this expression. So this is the logic diagram of 4:1 multiplexer. Okay. I hope you are clear with the 4:1 multiplexer and 2:1 multiplexer. Now we'll see 8:1 multiplexer. So for an 8:1 multiplexer, we have a ready-made IC here, which can be used as an 8:1 multiplexer. IC 74151. Okay, IC 74151 is the IC which is used for 8:1 multiplexer. So 8 means 2 power 3. On that time I told you already. So 3 is the number of selection inputs. So 3 is the number of selection inputs. So here you can see A, B, C. So these are the 3 selection inputs what we have. This is the pin details for 74151 what you are able to see here. So pin number 9, 10, 11, which is A, B, C, which is 11 is A, 10 is B, and 9 is C, is the selection inputs of this 8:1. So you will have 3 selection inputs. 3 selection inputs. Whereas pin number 12, 13, 14, 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, these 8 pins are used for D0 to D7. So you will have 8 input lines. Okay, 8 input lines. Whereas you will have only one output only. But here in 8:1, they have given an option for another output which gives you Y bar, complement of Y. Now if you need a complement value, you can connect this output if you want. If you want normal output value, you can connect to this particular output. So you can use any one of this both. Not both should be connected. Any one you can use to see the output. Either you can have Y or you can have the complement of Y. So that is pin number 5 and 6. Fine. So now, so here 8 is ground and 16 is VCC. That 2 pins are not mentioned in the pin details here. Anyway, 8 is ground and 16 is VCC. So this is a 16 pin IC. This is a 16 pin IC. Okay. So there will be a notch here, normal speaking notch, and pin number 1 starts here and 16 ends here. 1 to 8 and 9 to 16. That is how the IC will be. Anyway, in this pin details, I have only mentioned the important pins which we need to see, and that is what you can see here. And 7 is what? An enable pin, and this is active low. Active low. Normally, you see any ICs if you take in digital systems, any IC you take, most of the time the enable pins will always be active low, not active high. So before in 2:1 or 4:1, we have seen active high enable input, where 1 was enable and 0 for disable. But here in active low enable pins, 0 means it is enable, 1 means this pin is disabled. So if you give 1 for this enable, irrespective value of the selection inputs, output remains 0. Output remains 0. So for this enable to get activated or enabled, you should give 0 for this. Then only these particular selection inputs will be selected, and based on that the input will be selected as the output. Okay, so keep this in mind. So therefore here enable is 1. All these 3 are don't care. It means irrespective value of ABC, my Y will remain as 0. Output Y remains as 0 and Y bar will be 1. Okay, I think, sorry, I made a mistake while typing. 1 is actually Y bar. Okay. Now, all this says now enable pin is 0. It means for all the selection inputs, I have enabled the enable pin. Now the importance for the selection inputs will be given. So based on this, the y will be given. So when 0, 0, 0, d0, 0, 0, 1, d1, 0, 1, 0, d2. So we all know this is a decimal. If you say it is 0, decimal for this is 1, decimal for this is 2, decimal for this is 3, decimal for this is 4, for this it is 5, 6 and 7. So d0 will be selected as an output when the selection inputs are all zeros. D1 will be selected when the selection input is 0, 0, 1. See, this is CBA, keep this in mind. Then 0, 1, 0, D2, 0, 1, 1 will select D3, 1, 0, 0 will select D4, 1, 0, 1 will select D5, and 1, 1, 0 will select D6, and 1, 1, 1 will select D7. So I have already mentioned about enable pin earlier. So therefore, enable input if EN bar equals 1, it disables the IC. So for IC to be enabled, see through that the selection inputs should be considered. Then you should make EN bar to be equal to 0. Fine. So is that clear? Truth table and the IC details. I hope it is clear to you. So now we'll go with the next IC. See, this is IC 74151. You should keep this in mind. It is an 8:1 multiplexer. Now I do have another IC called 74157. 74157. So this excess will be mentioned based on the company who manufacture the 74157. There are various people who manufacture integrated circuits. Based on those manufactured companies, they give the label for excess. But the actual number for IC is 74157. You should keep that in mind. So when I say 74157, it is used as quad 2-input multiplexer. It is a quad 2-input multiplexer. It means you will have 4 combinations of 2-input multiplexers. 2 input means 1 output. So therefore 2 input and 1 output. So you will have 4 combinations of 2:1 mux or multiplexer. Mux is also used for multiplexer. A small form of multiplexer is mux. So 4 combinations of 2:1 mux you will have in one single IC. In a single IC you will have 4 combinations of 2:1 multiplexers. Okay, that is what quad means 4. Okay, now you will have 4 combinations which I said you. Now if I see the pin details, see here pin number 15 is an active low enable pin. So I have already written here active low enable pin. Pin number 1. So how many selection inputs I need for this 2:1 multiplexer? I need only 2 power 1. Therefore n equals 1. Therefore I need only one selection inputs. I need only one selection input. So therefore S is the selection input. S is the one selection input. Okay. Now which are the 4 combinations of 2-input multiplexer? For each 2:1 we will have only one S only. So this one S will behave as a selection input for all these 4 different combinations of 2:1. Okay. So 1A 1B is one selection 2:1 in mux. 2A 2B is another 2:1 mux. So this is 2:1. This is another 2:1. This is another 2:1. 3A 3B and 4A 4B is another 2:1. Based on these 2 inputs, you will have 1Y, which is the output. So 1 output, 2 input. Based on 2A 2B, 2Y is the output. For 3A 3B, I have 3Y is the output. For 4A 4B, I have 4Y as the output. So this makes 1 combination, 2 combination, 3 combination, 4 combination. So therefore 4 different combination of 2 inputs and 4 combination of outputs for 2:1 multiplexer. Now when selection input, now again I will tell you this is active low enable. So enable pin should always be 0 for this IC to get enabled, so that selection input will be considered. If you make active low enable pin to be equal to 1, then the IC is disabled. Irrespective value of selection input, output remains 0. So that is the first entry you see. When you give 1, so it means the IC is disabled, no selection input will be considered. Irrespective value of selection, output remains 0. Now when S is equal to 0, when selection input is 0, okay, when selection input is 0, first input of each 2:1 mux will be selected. So it is 1A will be selected here, 2A will be selected, 3A will be selected, 4A will be selected. And that would be the output given to this 1Y, 2Y, 3Y, 4Y. So now output 1Y will be 1A, 2Y will be 2A, 3Y will be 3A, 4Y will be 4A. So the first input of each 2:1 multiplexer will be selected as the output. When S is equal to 1, when S is equal to 1, the second input of each multiplexer will be selected as the output. So when S is equal to 1, the second input of each multiplexer will be selected and that will be the output. So 1y will be 1b, 2y will be 2b, 3y will be 3b, 4y will be 4b. I hope it is clear to you. When S equals 0, first input of each multiplexer 2:1 combination here will be selected as the output. So 1a will be given to 1y, 2a will be given to 2y, 3a will be given to 3y, 4a will be given to 4y. When S equals 1, second input of each multiplexer will be selected here. So 1b will be given to 1y, 2b will be given to 2y, 3b will be given to 3y, 4b will be given to 4y. This is how the outputs have been selected. Even though it has 4 output, it is still behaving as 2:1 only. Each combination is behaving as separate 2:1. So I have 4 combinations of 2:1 multiplexer here. Fine. So these are the pin numbers of this IC. You can make a note of this, where again 8 is ground, 16 is VCC. 8 is ground, 16 is VCC. I hope 74157 is clear to you. So 74151 and 74157 is what we discussed now. Now coming to IC 74153. So we do have 74153. So what is 74153? It is a dual 4:1 multiplexer. Dual means 2. So you will have 2 different combinations of 4:1 mux in a single IC. 2 combinations of 4:1 multiplexer in a single IC. What is that? So when I say 4:1, the selection inputs is what? N equals 2. Therefore you will have 2 selection inputs. Okay, 2 selection inputs for both each combination of 4:1 multiplexer. So A and B, what you have here will be selection inputs. So you have 2 selection inputs here, A and B, for both 4:1 multiplexer. Now for each 4:1, you will have a separate enable pin now. So in this IC, you will have separate enable pins for each 4:1 mux. 1EN is the active low enable pin for the first 4:1 mux. For this 4:1 mux, 1EN is the enable pin. For second 4:1 multiplexer, 2EN is the active low enable pin. Okay, 2EN is the active low enable pin for the second 4:1 mux. So 1y is for this mux output, 2y is for this mux output. So this 1 and 1, keep this in mind, that says which output is related to which multiplexer. So all 1s, so 1y is related to this. All 2s, 2y is related to this. Now I can now write the truth table based on the enable pins being activated. Now think both are zeros. See, when 1EN is 0 and 2EN is 0, it means both 4:1 is enabled. Why? Because it is active low. So when 0 is given, it means both of these 4:1 mux are enabled. So now the importance for the selection input will be given 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. So 1EN is 0 and 2EN is 0, both are selected. So when now A and B is 0 0, first input of the first 4:1 mux will be selected, first input of the second 4:1 mux will be selected, and that will be given to the respective outputs. So 1D naught will be given to this 1y, 2D naught will be given to this 2y, and that would be the output. 1y will be 1D naught, 2y will be 2D naught. Again both are active, both enable pins are active. Now 0 1 will select the second input of the first 4:1 mux, second input of the second 4:1 mux. Therefore 1D1 will be given to 1y, 2D1 will be given to 2y. Similarly 1 0 is 2, therefore 1D2 will be selected as 1y, 2D2 will be selected as 2y. Finally 1 1, fourth input of the 4:1 mux and fourth input of the second 4:1 mux will be selected as the respective outputs when both are enabled. Now you see 1EN is 0 and 2EN is 1. It means that you have enabled the first 4:1 mux and disabled the second 4:1 mux. So as you have disabled the second 4:1 mux, you see the second output will remain as 0. See, as you have disabled the second 4:1 mux enable pin, all the outputs of the second 4:1 mux will remain as 0. So therefore 2y will remain as 0 for all 4 values. Whereas you have enabled the first 4:1 mux, therefore based on 0 0 of AB, 0 1 of AB, 1 0 of AB and 1 1 of AB, each input will be selected as output. Therefore for 0 0, 1 D0, for 0 1, 1 D1, for 1 0, 1 D2, for 1 1, 1 D3. Why? Because 1EN is selected, therefore it will accept the selection. But 2EN is disabled, therefore this will not accept the selection, all remains 0. Now what I am doing, I am making the first enable pin to be disabled by giving 1, whereas I am enabling the second enable pin. Okay, so 2EN is enabled. It means that I have enabled the second 4:1 mux and I have disabled the first 4:1 mux. Therefore for that reason you see the first 4:1 mux will give the output all zeros. All zeros. Whereas selection inputs is given importance by the second 4:1 mux. So 0 0 will select 2D0, 0 1 will select 2D1, 1 0 will select 2D2 and 1 1 will select 2D3. Now finally when both are disabled, see here 1 1, when both the enable inputs are disabled, irrespective value of the selection inputs, output will be disabled. Output will be disabled. Okay, output will be disabled. Irrespective value of the selection inputs, when both the enable pins are disabled, the output will remain as 0. Okay, so this is what the truth table and pin details of the 74153 IC, which is dual 4:1 multiplexer. Fine. Now, we will now try to work on some problems. Okay, here in this problem, let us look into the problem now. In this problem, design 16:1 multiplexer using 4:1 multiplexers. So we need to design 16:1 multiplexers using 4:1 multiplexer. That is what we need to do. So first of all, what we do is we will see what is 16:1. 16:1 is nothing but 2 power 4:1. So it means that we need 4 selection inputs. So we need 4 selection inputs for 16:1. Whereas 4:1, I have 2 power 2:1. Therefore, we need 2 selection inputs for 4:1. Now, this question is, we need to design 16:1 multiplexer using 4:1 multiplexer. So how many 4:1 multiplexers is required to design 16:1 multiplexer? That is what the first thing you need to think on. So I need 4:1. So 4 into 4 is 16. 4 into 4 is 16. Therefore I need 4 combinations of 4:1 multiplexer, which can give me 16 input lines. Okay, so input is fine now. So D1, D3, D4, D5, D6, D7, and then D8, D9, D15, then D16 to I think I've so D0 to D3, D4 to D7. So it is just 4 inputs. So it is D4 to D7, then D8, D9, D10, D11. And D12 to D15. So I got 16 inputs. Now each will have only one output. Now my job is to convert this into 16:2 input. But when I have 4:1, I will have each selection inputs is 2 inputs. Each selection inputs for each IC will be 2. That is what you can see. 2 selection inputs for each 4:1 mux. D0 to D3, D4 to D7, D8 to D11 and D12 to D15 will make overall 16 inputs. But still the job is not over. I need 16:1 typical multiplexer here. So I need 16 inputs and 1 output and 4 selection inputs. But when I short all the selection inputs of each IC here, S0 and S1 should be shortened here. All S0, S1, 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 S1 will be short. S0, 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 S0 will be short, and that will be considered as S1 and S0. So I got only two selection inputs. I need to have S2 and S3. How to get that? So for that, you need to go and look into the truth table for this 16:1. So I'll just draw the truth table for 16:1 here. So here S3, S4, S3, S2, S1, S0. So I think this is S2, S3. Okay. So now 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 6, 7, then 8, 9, 10, 11. So 4 selection inputs will give me 16 combinations. That is what I am writing. 4 selections will give me 16 combinations. 12, 13, then I will get 14 and 15. So I will get 14 and 15 finally. So based on these selection inputs, D0, D1, D2, D3, D4, D5, D6, D7, D8, D9, D10, D11, D12, D13, D14, D15. So based on this selection inputs, D0 to D15 will be selected as the output. Now what I am doing, I am trying to take S0 and S1 are the selection inputs for 4:1 marks. So I will try to divide this into 4 different bit sequence groups. Okay. Now this S1, S0 are the 2 selection inputs for each. Okay. I think I should. So here, this is the truth table of the 16:1 mux, what you can see. Now this truth table, what does it say is, S1 and S0 are the 2 selection inputs of the first 4:1 mux, right? So this is the selection input for first 4:1 mux in the diagram. Whereas S3, S2 will be another 4:1 mux. Now see, when this 0, 0 and then 0, 1 and then 1, 0 and 1, 1. You see the S3, S2 will have all 4 values 0, zeros. For S0, S1 changing from 0, 0 to 1. Similarly, it will be for all 4 values it will be 0, 1. For S0, S1 from 0, 0 to 1. Similarly, it will be all 4 values 1 zeros for S0, S1 to be 0, 0 and 1. Now again S2, S3 will all be 1s, 1 1s, when S0, S1 will be varying from 0, 0 to 1. So therefore, if you go back to the diagram, I will just explain the same truth table in the diagram. So in this diagram, if you see, when S2, S3, whatever you have here, S2, S3 is 0, 0, okay, S2, S3 is 0, 0. What is happening here is, when S2, S3 is 0, 0, I0 will be selected, right? In this mux, I0 will be selected. Now what is I0? I0 is the output of this 4:1 mux connected to this I0. Therefore, whatever the output comes from this Y0 will be I0. So now this S1 and S0 will now have the value from 0, 0 to 1, 1. So when this S1, S0 is 0, 0, D0 will be selected. That will be the output, and that will be the output given to I0. As 0, 0 is there, I0 will be the output where D0 comes here. Similarly, now S2, S3 will remain as 0, 0 only, where this will vary. This 0, 0 will become 0, 1 now. Once it is 0, 1, D1 will be selected and that will be the output here, and that is given to I0. As S2, S3 is again 0, 0 only, therefore D1 will come as I0. Now this is changed to 1, 0. S0, S1 will change to 1, 0. Once it becomes 1, 0, D2 will be selected. D2 will be selected and that will be the output, and that output is given to I0. As 0, 0 is there, I0 is the output again, therefore D2 will come out. Finally, the S0, S1 will become 1, 1. D3 will be selected and D3 is the output which is given to I0 and that will be the output, so D3 will come here. So for all the 4 values of 0, 0, S0, S1 is changing from 0, 0 to 1, 1. D0 to D3 will be selected and that will be given to I0 and I0 will be the output. And that would be the first entry you see in the truth table, where 0, 0 is S3, S2 for all 4 values, whereas S0, S1 is changing from 0, 0 to 1, 1. D0 to D3 will be selected. Therefore this 0, 0 will select I0, this 0, 1 will select I1, this 1, 0 will select I2 and 1, 1 will select I3. Okay, whereas this S0, S1 what you have, so this will be I3. Whereas S0, S1 what you have, this 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 will select actually Y0 of this 4:1 marks. This will select Y1 of the second marks. This will select Y2 of the third marks. And finally this will select Y3 of the fourth marks. So now what is the second explanation? Now this 4:1 marks S2, S3 will remain as 0, 1 now. Therefore S3, S2 will be 0, 1. Now when it is 0, 1, I2 will be selected as an output here. Sorry, I0 is over. So I1 will be the output which will be selected. So I1. Now what happens? I1 is what? The output given from this mux now. Right, the output given from the second mux. Now D7 will be the output given to I1. Based on this 0, 1, I will get D4, D5, D6, D7. Based on again S0, S1 varying from 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1. Similarly, when this is 1, 0, Y2 will be the output given to I2 and I2 will be the value which will be selected as an output. So D8 to D11 will come. Based on again S0, S1 varying from 0 to 1, 1. So finally, the fourth mux will be selected when this both are 1, 1. Output Y3 is given to I3. I3 will be selected and based on S0, S1 from 0, 0 to 1, 1. D12 to D15 will come as an output and given to I3 and that will be the output based on S1, S3, S2, S1. So this is how 4:1 mux is used to get 16:1 multiplexer. Fine. Now we will see how to design 32:1 multiplexer using two 16:1 multiplexer. Okay. So we will design 32:1 using two 16:1 multiplexer and one 2:1 multiplexer. Okay. So therefore 32, it means 2 power 5 is 32. So I need 5 selection inputs. I need 5 selection inputs at the end. But 16:1 will give me 2 power 4 selection inputs. 4 selection inputs is given by 16:1. I need one more. For that I am using 2:1 multiplexer. So 2:1 multiplexer will give 1 selection inputs. Now how to connect this 16:1 and 2:1 so that I can get 32:1 is what we need to know now. So what we do, we take 32:1, right? So we take two different 16:1 mux. So when I take two 16:1 mux, 16 plus 16, I got 32 input combinations, right? D0 to D15 and D16 to D31. Now we will have 4 selection inputs for each 16:1 mux, and that 4 selection inputs are been shortened and taken as 4 different selection inputs as S0 to S3. S0 to S3. Whereas 2:1 mux is there, that will be S4. Now how this is S4, go back and look into the truth table. Now S4, S3, S2, S1, S0 will have 5 zeros and it will give you 15 different values where S4 will remain as 0, where S3, S2, S1, S0 will vary from 0, 0, 0, 0 till 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so therefore when S4 is 0, I0 will be selected. So when S4 is 0, I0 will be selected. D0 to D15 will be the inputs that will be selected based on this S3, S2, S1, S0. Now when these are 0, 0, 0, 0, D0 will be selected and that will be the output. As I0 is selected, Y will give you D0. Now S3, S2, S1, S0 is now 0, 0, 0, 1. So 0, 0, 1 will select D1 and this is 0, therefore it select I0 and that will be the output. So this will continue till S3, S2, S1, S0 becomes all ones, where D15 will be selected. After this 0, 3, 4 ones, the next binary value will be for D16, which is 1, 0, 0, 0. So we all know 1, 0, 0, 0 means this is 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 4 is this. 2 power 4 is 16. So this is the binary value for 16. So therefore now S4 will begin with value 1, where S3 to S0 will again vary from 0, 0, 0, 0 till 1, 1, 1, 1. So now when S4 is 1, I1 will be selected. That I1 is given from the output Y2, where D16 to D31 will be selected. Now again S3, S2, S1, S0 will start from 0, 0, 0, 0 and it continues till 1, 1, 1, 1. Based on that, D16 to D31 will be selected as an output, and I1 is this the input which will be selected due to S4 is 1, and that will be the output. So this is the combination of making 16 inputs and 1 output by using two 16:1 mux and one 2:1 mux. I hope this problem is clear to you. Coming to the next problem. The next problem says design 4:1 multiplexer using 16:1 multiplexer. So you need to design 4:1 multiplexer using 16:1 multiplexer. 16 into 4 equals 64, right? So I need 4 combinations of 16:1 multiplexer to get 64 inputs. Whereas 2 power 6 is what? 64. Therefore I need 6 selection inputs. Whereas 16:1 will give me 2 power 4 selection inputs. So I need 2 more selection inputs, so I will use 4:1 mux now. So 2 power 2 is 4, so 2 selection inputs. So I'll use 4 16:1 mux and 1 4:1 mux. So now when S5 and S4 are 0, 0, I0 will be selected and that will be the output given, that will be the input where the output of first 16:1 mux is given. Now S0 to S3 will vary from 4 zeros to 4 ones. 4 zeros to 4 ones. Based on that, D0 to D15 will be selected and that will be the output. Now S4, S5 will become 0, 1. Then Y1 will be the I1 will be selected, where Y1 is given as an input to I1. Therefore, again S3 to S0 will vary from 0, 0, 0, 0 till 1, 1, 1, 1. D16 to D31 will be the output and that will be the output of this IC because I1 is selected as output. Now this becomes 1, 0. Once it becomes 1, 0, this third 16:1 mux will be the input because I2 will be the selected input. Therefore Y2 is given as the input to that. Therefore D32 D47 will be selected based on again S3, S2, S1, S0 will vary from 0, 0, 0 till 1, 1, 1. And finally when this both becomes 1, 1, D48 to D63 is selected based on S3 to S0 value from 0, 0, 0 till 1, 1, 1, 1. And I3 will be selected as output, that will be the output. So I hope you found much easier now how to design 64:1 mux using 16:1 multiplexer. See, in this question they haven't asked to use 4:1 mux. It is your duty to decide based on the selection inputs that you take. So as we need to design 64:1, I need 6 selection inputs. So if I use 16:1 multiplexer, I will only get 4 selection inputs. I need 2 more selection inputs. For that reason, I will use 4:1 mux because 4:1 mux can give me 2 more selection inputs. Now you are using 4 16:1 multiplexers and 1 4:1 multiplexers. Now your job is to know how to connect it so that you can analyze the output properly. Fine. Now let us look into the next problem. Show how two different 2:1 multiplexer could be connected to form 3:1 multiplexer. Show how two different 2:1 multiplexer could be connected to form 3:1 multiplexer. So here he has given the condition. Input selection should be if AB equals 0 0. If AB equals 0 0. Select I0. If AB equals 0 1, select I1. If AB is 1x, 1x means it's don't care, x stands for don't care. It can be either 1 0 or 1 1. For both of these AB values, select I2. Therefore now I0, I1, I2. This became 3 inputs. And we need only one output. Now let us see how to design it. And you should use only 2:1. You can't use any other ICs. That is what he has told you in the question. Show how two different 2:1 multiplexer could be connected to form 3:1 multiplexer. So I will write first 2:1 multiplexer diagram. So 2 inputs, 1 output, 2 inputs, 1 output, and each will have one selection inputs. Now I will consider one selection input of the 2:1 multiplexer as A and the other one as B. How is that? Let me tell you. When AB is 0 0. Now see, when A is 0, this is what which will be selected, right? When A is 0, this will be selected. When B is 0, I0 will be selected. Now when both are 0 0, see, when both are 0 0, here I0 will be selected and that will be the output given here. And as A is 0, this will be selected. So I0 is given directly to this, therefore Y2 will be I0. Understood? That is what AB is 0 0, I0 should be selected. That is why I have shortened these two inputs now. Means output of this is given to input of this. Now when AB is 0 1, now A is 0, still this is the input which will be selected because A equals 0. Whereas when B is 1, I1 should be selected. I1 is selected now, B is 1. And that would be the output, I1 will come now here. As A is still 0, I1 will be given to this input, therefore I1 will come here. Fine. So I0 and I1, I got it. Now the last condition, either 1 0 or 1 1. Let B be either 0 or 1. See now, this is the beautiness of this. Now A is 1. B can be anything because when A is 1, I2 is selected. No input of B will be selected because it is given to the first input of this 2:1 marks. Therefore, for A equals 1, irrespective value of this, irrespective value of the B selection inputs, let it be anything, let it give you anything for the first input. For A equals 1, my second input of this IC is selected. Therefore, I2 will come out. Irrespective value of B, irrespective value of the output that B gives to this input, as A equals 1, I2 is selected. Therefore, I2 will be the output given to Y2. Therefore, this 3 will be the input and this will be the output and this both will be the selection input. Now, if I write it properly, so I0, I1 inputs and I3 is the input. Now this is one selection input B, this is A, this is Y. So this is the three is to 1 marks. Therefore this is 2:1, 2:2. So 3 inputs, 1 output, 2 selection inputs. So very tricky question. I hope you got the solution whatever I have explained just now. Okay, the next problem, design 32:1 multiplexer using IC 74150. Now we know that 74150 is a 16:1 multiplexer. 74150 is 16:1 multiplexer. So this for 74150, this is another 74150. So when I say 32:1, so I will have 5 selection input S4, S3, S2, S1, S0. So this will vary from 0, 0, 0 till 1, 1, 1, 1, and S4 remains as 0 for all these 15 conditions. And now S4 will become 1, and this will be starting from 0, 0, 0 till 1, 1, 1, 1, and S4 remains as 1. So this is D0 to D15, and this is D16 to D31. Now if you clearly observe, S4 is remaining as 0 for first 16 values, and S4 is 1 for next 16 values. So 1 for this 16 values and 0 for these 16 values. So somehow this both 74150 will have an enable pin, active low enable pin. Active low enable pin. So as we have enable pins in both, I will use enable pin as S4. See, here he is not asking you to use any other multiplexers. He is asking you to design using IC74150. So I can make S4 as enable. See, for this all, for D0 to D15 to be selected. So D0 to D15 is this IC, where 0 is given directly to enable. So this is enabled. So this is enabled. From 0, 0, 0, 0 till 1, 1, 1, 1, you can see D0 to D15 will be selected, and that will be the output. Okay, that will be the output. See, this is a NOR gate. NOR gate means this can also be a NOR gate, where this can also be a NOR gate. Why NOR gate? Because even output is active low. As outputs are active low, this NOR gate will select the output as 1 when both are zeros. When both are zeros, output will be 1. I need 1. Okay, therefore NOR gate is used. So you all know SOP and POS implementation using decoders when I was explaining. Okay, so same way here also. So now the enable pin is taken through NOT gate now. Through NOT gate, because S4 is all ones in the next D16 to D31 combination. So I need enable pin to be 0 always to enable this IC, which gives me D16 to D31. D16 to D31 is given from this IC. Now S4 is 1 now, so I'll give that through NOT gate, so it becomes 0. Now this IC is enabled. Once this IC is enabled, I'll have 4 selection inputs for 0, 0, 0, 0 till 1, 1, 1, 1, which selects D16 to D31, and that would be the output which will be given through this. Okay. So this is how you can use 74150 IC to design 32:1 multiplexer. Okay, next discussion in multiplexer is implementation of Boolean expressions. How to implement Boolean expressions in a multiplexer, using a multiplexer. It's very simple. Boolean expression implementation is very simple. Now implement the given Boolean function using multiplexer, where f of xyz equals summation m of or summation of 0 to 6, 7. So this is a min term. Min term, it means 0 to 6, 7 will all be 1, where whichever the value which is not present inside this bracket will take all zeros. So when we are trying to implement this min term Boolean function using a multiplexer, what we do is we will take 0, we will take 2, we will take 6, we will take 7, and we will give that to logic 1. As it is a min term, all these values should be connected to 1. And other values which are not present inside this bracket will take zeros, and that would be connected to ground. So 1 is not there, 3 is not there, 5 is not there, and yeah, that are the 3 values which are not there, and all those 3 values are connected to ground. Even 4 is not there. So 1, 3, 4, 5 are connected to ground. And based on this 3 selection, see, this is number of variables. 3 variable function will always give you 3 selection inputs. Because 2 power 3 is 8. Therefore, 3 variable function will always give you 3 selection inputs. Now x and y, x, y, z are the 3 selection inputs. When s, y, z is 0, 0, 0, this will be selected. As this is 1, output will be 1. So I keep on writing the output here. So output is 1. When 0, 0, 1, 1 is selected, output is connected to 0, means input is connected to 0, therefore 0 will be here. Then for 0, 1, 0, 3, 2 is selected, 2 is 1. For 0, 1, 1, 3 is selected, 3 is 0. For 1, 0, 0, 4 is selected, 4 is 0. For 1, 0, 1, 5 is selected, 5 is again 0. For 1, 1, 0, 6 is selected, therefore 6 is 0 again. For all ones, 7 is selected, 7 is 1. 6 is connected to logical 1. So 6 is 1 actually. So therefore this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Therefore I can easily write this as summation of 0, 2, 6, 7. This is how you implement the Boolean function using a multiplexer IC. Very simple. So logic 1 means you can also think connecting to VCC. VCC in logic gates in digital design, VCC means 5 volts and that means logic 1 state. Whereas ground means 0 volts and that means 0 in digital. Okay. Now next, let us see. So let us see how to implement the following Boolean function using 4:1 multiplexer. So we have 1, 3, 5, 6. Yeah. Now 3 variable function. Always keep this in mind. When we have 3 variable function, 8:1 mux is very easy to use. But he is asking you to design a 3 variable function using 4:1 mux. So this is what the difficulty what you can see. He is asking you to design 3 variable function using 4:1 mux. It's very easy if you use 8:1 mux, but he is asking you to design 4:1 mux. Therefore 8 combination truth table should be converted into 4 combination truth table, what I have written here. I'll just explain you how 8 combination truth table is converted into 4 combination truth table. Now I'll divide this group of 8 combinations into 4 different groups by considering A and B as the selection inputs. By considering AB, because AB will repeat 0, 0, 0, 0 for 2 values. Again AB is 0, 1, 0, 1 for these 2 values. AB is 1, 0, 1, 0 for these 2 values and 1, 1 for these 2 values. So I will consider AB as selection inputs 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So these 2 selection input will be the selection input for the 4:1 IC. So 2 selection inputs A and B are the selection inputs. Now I will divide like this. Okay. Now I will try to define the output F according to the input C, variable C. I will try to define the output F based on variable C. See here, for both 0, 0, 0, 0, C is 0, 1, F is also 0, 1, therefore F is equal to C. That is what I have written. F is equal to C because 0, 1, 0, 1, therefore F equals C. For 0, 1 and 0, 1, C is 0, 1, F is also 0, 1, therefore F is equal to C. AB is 1, 0 and 1, 0, C is 0, 1, F is 0, 1, therefore F is equal to C because both are equal. When I have last combination 1, 1 and 1, 1, C is 0, 1, F is 1, 0. See, 0 became 1, 1 became 0. It means that I can write F equals C bar. Complement of C is what F here in this condition. Therefore, with this knowledge, whatever I have explained you now, I will convert this 8 combination truth table into 4 combination truth table, where for 0, 0 F is C, for 0, 1 F is C, for 1, 0 F is C, for 1, 1 F is C bar. And in that way, I will connect the input. For 0, 0, when AB is 0, 0, D0 will be selected and D0 is C. For AB 0, 1, D1 will be selected and D1 is again C. See, this is D0, this is D1, D2, D3. Whereas for 1, 0, D2 will be selected and D2 is again C. Whereas for 1, 1, D3 will be selected and D3 is C bar. So this NOT gate gives me C bar and that will be the output. I hope now you got it, how to convert 8 combination to 4 combination. Similarly, if they have given 16:1, where 4 variable function, similarly if they give you 4 variable function, and if they ask you to design it using 8:1 multiplexer, you should convert 16 combination truth table to 8 combination truth table. Okay, if you do the such conversion, then it becomes easy to solve. So that is what we will do now. So this is the 4 variable function is given to you. So sometimes they will give you Boolean function as minterms, or sometimes they give you some sort of expressions like this. Now this is the given expression is, this is a minimal, they have given you minimal SOP function, minimal sum of product expression, which is the simplified expression. I need to convert this into canonical, I need to convert this into canonical expression. Okay, I need to convert this into canonical expression. So we all know how to convert a minimal SOP to canonical SOP. So as C is not there here, I'll take C plus C bar. As ACD is there, so again B is not there, I'll take B plus B bar to multiply. As A is not there, I'll take A plus A bar to multiply. B is not there, so I'll take B plus B bar to multiply with this. Then I will expand this. Finally, you see the final canonical expression I will get in this way: A bar B C D bar, A bar B C bar D bar, A B C D, A B bar C D, and so on. So if I convert this into decimal values, this will be 6, this will be 4, 15, 11, 3, 5, 1. And I will write it in a proper order. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11, 15 is the minterms. Now this is a 4 variable function. 4 variable function. It is easy to design using 16:1 mux when we have 4 variable, because 16 combinations, 16 inputs, 4 selection inputs and 1 output. So it is easy to design using 16:1 mux, but he has asked you to design it using 8:1 multiplexer. So your job is to convert the 16 combinations of the truth table to 8 combinations truth table. So how will we do that? Let us check now. So I'll write a truth table now with the 16 combinations. So x3, s2, s1, s0, and y is the output, or I'll say here it is f. So this is it. So 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 0 0 4 5 6, then 7, 8, then 9, then 10, then 11, then 12, 13, 14, and then finally 15. So now what I'll do, I will try to group this into 8 equal parts. Okay, my job is to group this into 8 equal parts, because 16 combinations should be converted into 8 combinations. So that is what I will be doing now. So I should divide this into 8 groups now. 8 groups is over, sorry. Now yes, now. So now we will see what are the minterms given in this bracket. Minterms are 1, 3, So 1 3 4 5 6 7 15. 1 3 4 5 6 7 1 3 4 5. So 1 is 1, 3 is 1, 4 is 1, 4 5, 6 is 1, 11, 11 is 1, 15 is 1. All others are 0. All others are 0. Now I will have f in terms of S0. I will have f in terms of S0. See 0 1 0 1, therefore f is S0. 0 1 0 1, f is again S0. 0 1 1 1, see irrespective value of S0, f is remained as 1 1, so I will say it is 1. Irrespective value of S0, f is remained as 1 1, therefore output is 1. S0 is 0 1 1 0, therefore it is S0 bar. 0 1 and 0 0, therefore it is 0. 0 1 and 0 1, S0. 0 1 and 0 0, therefore it is 0. Therefore 0 1 and 0 1, therefore it is S0. So I think they have given ABCD as an selection inputs here. So instead of S3, S2, S1, S0, I'll just give as ABCD only. I'll just take this as ABCD only. So this is A, this is B, this is C and D. Therefore instead of S0, I'll be seeing that I'll get D. Okay, this 1 will remain as it is. Zero will be there. So it is, this is D, D, 1, D bar, 0, 1, 1, 0. So D bar, 0, 1, 0, 0. So 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. So D, 0, 1, 0, 0. It's 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. So it is D. Now if you write the separate 8 combination truth table here, so what do we get here is, so I will have ABC as an input and F is the output for 8 combinations. So here you see 0 0 0 0 0. So 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 1 0 and 1 1 1. Therefore it is 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1. So this will be D, D, 1, D bar, 0, D, 0, D. So if I write the diagram for this, so ABC will be the input. So I'll have 8 inputs here and 1 output. So this is 8 is to 1. So for 0 0 0 it is D. For 0 0 1 it is again D. For 0 0 1 it is 1. So you need to connect this to logic 1. For 0 1 1 D bar. For 1 0 0 it is 0. So you should connect this to ground. For 1 0 1 it is D. Again this is 0, connect to ground, and this is again D. So this is how the diagram what you write, and this is Y output. So anyway, you need to use NOT gate for D bar, that you can do, or you can just write like this, it is one of the same. But writing truth table is what which is very important in this problem. Okay, next problem, think that they have given you the max terms. Okay, think that they have given you the max term problem. So in this, if they give you max term, whichever present here it is 0, you need to convert that into min term, and we all know how to convert that into min term. Whichever not present here, that comes in min term. So 0, 3, 5, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14 is there. So 1 is not there. So 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 11, 13, 15 will come in min term. And as I said you earlier, so even this they have asked to implement the function using 8 is to 1 mux only. Using 8 is to 1 mux. So again see the truth table, like 16 combinations is divided into 8 groups, and each group y will be dependent on the d value. Y will be dependent on d value. So now 0 1, as these are both 0 0 0 0 0, so y will be d. Okay, I will first put the values of y here. So here y is 1, so 1 will be 1 2, then 4, then 6 7, then 11, then 13, and then 15. All others are 0. See, even though I have grouped this into 8 parts, this remains as 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. That is how I am writing it. So all others are zeros. Okay, so therefore 0 1 and 0 1, therefore it remains as d only. 0 1 and 1 0, this remains as d bar. 0 1 and 1 0, d bar. 0 1, irrespective value of d, y is remaining as 1 1, so only 1. So 0 1 0 0, therefore 0. 0 1 and 0 1, so d. 0 1 and 0 1, so d. 0 1 and 0 1, so d. Therefore when ABC value is 0 0 0, it is d, and for 0 0 1 it is d bar. D bar, it is 1 0, and d d d. This is the 8:1 mux that you try to implement. The function when max term is given, try to take the min term and then do the accordingly the truth table. 16:1 convert into 8:1 combination, and then based on that you try to connect the components and give the inputs and selection inputs, and based on the output you take. So again, what will you do if you have a don't care condition with min terms? This is what the problem you have. Implement the following Boolean function using 4:1 multiplexer. So you have, sorry, this is not 4:1, this is 8:1 multiplexer. Using 8:1 multiplexer. So we have a don't care here. So very simple, like earlier what we did, same thing, but you need to know how to treat don't care. Don't care can either be treated as 0 or 1 here. Okay, here I have considered don't care as 1. I have considered don't care as 1. You can consider either as 0 or either as 1. Based on that you construct the truth table. So here 3 8 14 also I have considered as 1. Now you all know how to convert 16 to 8, like what we did earlier in the previous problem. Same way you do it and do the connections. See, when don't care is given, either you consider those min terms as 0 or those don't care min terms as 1. So if you consider 0, this will not be the diagram, you get a different diagram based on 0. I have considered 3 8 14 as 1, so I will get this particular output. Okay. The next problem is design an even parity generator circuit for 4-bit input using multiplexer. So very important, they have given this even in the exam most of the time. So how to have an even parity generator, that is what you need to know. What is the meaning of even parity generator? So even parity generator means when you have no ones, so you have all zeros, and if you have even number of ones. Okay, if you have no ones where all zeros will be there, or if you have any even number of ones out of 4-bit, then the output for that combination will be 0. When you have odd number of ones in the inputs, see here you have 0 0 1, you have only 1. Here also you have only 1 here, you have 2 ones here, so this is even. So you have odd number of 1, even number of 1, even number of 1, 3 ones are there, so odd number of ones. So even number of ones will have 0 as the entry, or if there are no ones also 0 will be the entry, and if you have odd number of ones, then the entry will be 1 for that. That is what even parity generator. Understood? Now if I say odd parity generator, then all evens will be considered as 1, all odds will be considered as 0. So that is how even parity generator or odd parity generator should be considered. Now what you do, they have asked you to design it using an 8:1 multiplexer. So I need to convert again 16 combination into 8 is to 1 again. So I hope writing the truth table is what you need to know in this problem. Once you know to write the truth table, I think converting 16 to 8 and connecting that to mux is like how we did in the previous example. Okay, so this is 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 1. So based on that, this output will be based on D value, no? 0 1 0 1, so D, 0 1 1 0, so D bar, 0 1 1 0 D bar, 0 1 0 1 D, 0 1 1 0 D bar, 0 1 0 1 D, 0 1 0 1 D, 0 1 1 0 D bar. Now you should know only how to write the truth table for even parity generator is what which is very important. So even number of ones or no ones will give you output as 0. Odd number of ones in the input bits will give you the output as 1, odd number of ones. Okay, so that is what I have written here. Even parity means if the input bits as even number of ones or no ones, then parity bit is 0. If there are odd number of ones, then parity bit is 1. Odd parity generator if you have, then even number of ones or no ones will have 1, where an odd number of ones will take 0 values. Okay. Now again, this is the problem where you can solve it by yourself. We have y equals AB plus BC plus BD using 4:1 multiplexer design, considering AB as input selection inputs, where you design it using 4:1 multiplexer. So this is the 16:1 multiplexer whatever I have given. So this is the problem which I need to explain anyway. So because usually we used to convert 16:1 to 8:1, but now 16:1 should be converted into 4:1. So you used to divide this by 8 combinations and you used to convert to 8:1. But how to do 16:1 to 4:1? Because this is a 4 variable function which is given here, where 16:1 is easy to implement, but he is asking you to implement it using 4:1 multiplexer, where AB is the selection inputs. How to do that? So first of all, you all know how to convert the minimal SOP to canonical SOP. I got canonical SOP in this way. So you can just look into this particular problem by pausing it. You can see how I have converted into canonical form. So I will finally get 5, 6, 7, 9, 11, 13, 14, 15 is the the min terms that I get here. Now this is the 4 variable function that you can see. 4 variable Boolean function that you can see here. Okay, so now I have 4 variable function. How to convert this into 4:1? So this is the method which we use here. We try to write D0, D1, D2, D3 in vertical way, where AB is the selection inputs. So here A bar, B bar, A bar, B, AB bar, AB. So we will write 16 boxes because it is a 4 variable function, so 16 boxes. Vertically we will take D0, D1, D2, D3, which gives you selection inputs A and B. When 0 0 is there, D0 will be selected. When 0 1 is there, D1 will be selected. When 1 0, D2 will be selected. When 1 1, D3 will be selected. Now I will write 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. I will try to put the entries of the number in this way, continuous, 0 to 3, 4 to 7, 8 to 11, 12 to 15. Now what I'll do, I'll circle those combinations. I'll circle those. Now CD will be the horizontal entry here. 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. CD is C bar D bar C bar D CD bar CD. Okay. Now I'll circle those min terms which are there in that summation term. So 5 6 7 is there, so I have circled. 9 and 11 is there, I have circled. 13 14 15 is there, so I have circled. So now I will try to take the expression 5 6 7 will give me C bar D, CD bar, CD. So I'll take C common here, so I'll get D plus CD bar. Okay, I can easily say this is D bar plus C. Here C bar D plus CD, so D common. If I take C plus C bar is 1, so I get only D. So here C bar D, CD bar plus CD. So I take D common in these two. I'll get C plus C bar equals 1, and that I have added with CD bar. So I'll get D bar plus C. So this is how the diagram which I have written here. where D0, D1, D2, D3, A and B are the selection inputs. Now C and D will behave as the input line. So D0 is 0. Why 0? Because no circles are selected there. Okay, no circles are selected in those squares. Therefore, if you see any number, if it is not circled, it is 0. If all the numbers are circled, then it is 1. So in this first entry, you see no numbers are circled. Therefore, it goes with 0. Now, if you see all are circled, then that will take as 1. Okay, so therefore, in this diagram, D0 will be 0, whereas D1 will be D bar plus C, D2 will be D, D3 will be D bar plus C. So based on this, I will try to write 4:1 multiplexer diagram in this way. What you can see. So D0 is 0, connected to ground. D1 is C bar plus D, C plus D bar. D2 is D, only D. D3 is again C plus D bar. Enable is given 0 so that this is activated, and output will be based on AB. If 0 0, D0, if 0 1, D1, if 1 0, D2, and 1 1, D3. Okay, so this is the problem what we had, which how to use the method when we have 16:1 combination, how to convert into 4:1 combination. That is what you can see here. Okay, so this was the last problem which I wanted to discuss with you. I hope this completes the multiplexer discussion. So I hope multiplexer, the problems is all clear to you. I hope you have found the method of finding out the solution for all the problems, and I think I have convinced you in understanding the multiplexers with this video. Thank you.